I'd like to introduce you to some amazing musical software that I've just discovered and uses a very similar system to the Rainbow Magic system that I've been developing over the last 10 years. So it's called hooktheory, and so far there's about 50 kiirtans that I've uploaded onto there, and I just want to show you the basics of how it works so that you can start listening to the kiirtans, learning some new tunes, whether you play the guitar or whether you play something like the harmonium or piano or any other instrument. And so one of the great things about this is you don't have to be able to read music to be able to use it. So you can see here there's a play button, and at the moment I've got it set on YouTube, so you're listening to, there's a YouTube which I've connected. This is how it works with the system, is that you can get a YouTube video and then you can add the notations to it so that people can listen to the YouTube clip and then see how it's played on the piano or see what the chords are. So at the moment it's set for listening to the audio of the YouTube. You can change that to be the piano, and then you'll hear what is written exactly here with no words on it. I'm going to rewind to the beginning. Or you can change between the two as you're playing. And it will just carry on looping until you press pause. So one of the other great things about this, which is really good to know, is that you can see here there's the chords, and they're written with the letters here at the bottom and with the Roman numeral as well. So if you know what the system means, that will make sense to you. You don't need to transpose it into anything because you already know those chords. But if you don't, then if you don't happen to know these chords on the guitar or whatever instrument you're playing, you can change this into a different key. So at the moment, Dee Dee, who's playing this, has a capo on, and so she's actually playing C, F, C, F, C, F, G. And so if you click up here above where it says key, see this one says major, it's in a major key. So the easiest key to play in is C major. So if you play the guitar and you choose C major, then the chords that you're going to have to be able to play nearly every single kiirtan is C, G, F, and then D minor, A minor, and E minor. So they're all some of the easier chords to play compared to like B flat and D flat. If you're in a minor key, then you would want to change, if it says minor here, don't change this from major to minor, or you're going to completely change the melody. But if you keep it in, if it already is in minor and then you change it to A minor, you're going to end up with those same chords. So if they're the ones you know, then stick to those for now, or play around with them if there are other chords that you know. So if I change this to C major, you can see now the colours have stayed the same, because if you're in a major key, the red chord will always relate to chord number 1. But you can see that although the colours and the numbers don't change when you change key, the letter names at the bottom do change. So now instead of those difficult chords, you've got C, F, C, F, C, F, G. And if you play the piano or the harmonium, then at the bottom, as you're playing this along, it's going to be showing you which notes to play. And now that you've changed key, it's also showing you different the different notes compared to what key you were in before. So if we go from the beginning and I click on piano, it's transposed what you'll hear into the key that you've changed it into. Note that it won't do that if you have the YouTube option clicked, though. You'll still just hear the original recording. So this is a great way if you have a different vocal range from what the piece is and you want to see how to sing it in a higher or lower range, then you can just adjust this either up or down to suit you. And another thing which is good to take note of is on the left here, you can see it says melody, that it's the default. If you click on chords instead, it's going to show you which chords to play on the piano. So we'll go from the beginning again. So if you're playing the harmonium, then you would just be playing these three that are up here. Don't worry about this one that's showing at the bottom. In the future, there will be a lot of resources on this website for learning how to play the harmonium and the piano, but for now we're just sharing these hook pad notations. So click onto, if you go into the kiirtan library, and this is what it takes you to. This is what it looks like at the moment. It will probably change. So if there's a singer, then you know that it has a YouTube clip attached to it, and so it will be just like the one that I showed you. Some of them we don't yet know who actually wrote the song or if the song's got a name. So if you do happen to know that, or you notice that it's incorrect, would really appreciate if you contact through one of the channels down at the bottom, either through Telegram or email or Facebook, and help us to put the puzzle together so that we can have everything listed appropriately. And further down we've got some showing that have not got a YouTube clip attached to them, so there's no singer here. Also, we don't know who the composer is or what the song name is for some of these too, so I'll click on this one as an example. See, it looks a little bit different here. There's not the YouTube showing at the top here, and there's only the option for piano. But one of the advantages of this one is that if you have a device that's a little bit older, or if your internet connection isn't so good, these ones do load a little bit more easily sometimes than the other ones. This one was taking a while because I've got 100 applications running at the time. So here you only have the option to listen to the piano. Alright, and so for these ones, there's B and K written there so that you know where to sing Babanam Kevalam. This one here happens to be in G major, so the chords are mostly okay, but if you get to the B minor and you're like me and don't know how to play a B minor and hate doing bar chords, then you can also transpose this one into C major, and then suddenly it's much easier chord here. And it's the same system here where it shows the melody by default, or you can change it to show the chords instead. So I hope you have fun playing around with this software and learning some new kiirtans. If there are any recordings on YouTube that you would like to be notated in this way so that you can learn them, then get in touch and send us the YouTube link and what time it starts if there's more than one kirtan on that recording. Or if you would like to contribute, it would be wonderful to have more people helping out so that we can expand this exponentially. So if you would like to help with editing ones, if you see one that you think could be the chords could be done a little bit better, or the melody, or if you would like to help with notating ones that haven't already been done, then also please get in touch. Thank you so much. Namaskar.